The most anticipated earnings releases for the week of December 11, 2023, presented by Earnings Whispers. It is a light week for earnings releases as the calendar quarter nears an end and the holidays approach. There are only about 40 companies set to report. This includes RCI Hospitality, which hasn't given an official date yet. The last 2 years, the company reported results on December 14th, but the company tells us they expect to report either on the 13th or the 14th this year, with Wednesday being more consistent with the day of the week in the past. In the long run, earnings went out, and last quarter Oracle reported solid earnings, but it failed to meet excessive optimism. Despite the large gap reversal, sentiment hasn't faded much, which may be a headwind for the stock for now, even as the company is expected to continue to see fundamental strength. Casey's, on the other hand, rallied on earnings last quarter while sentiment was bearish. There has been an increase in bullish investors since then, as the company is still expected to gain market share in pizzas while also seeing strong gasoline margins. Sentiment is far from excessive though, which would make an upside surprise from Casey's as likely more meaningful than from Oracle. For now, though, the stock has to deal with Friday's gap below the earnings-anchored VWAP, suggesting buyers during the quarter have a loss going into earnings. On Tuesday, the focus will be on Johnson Controls. Sentiment bottomed in October as the stock was bottoming, and now sentiment has recovered. The underlying fundamentals in the company appear to be solid, but the company delayed its earnings release due to a cyber attack, and that creates a wild card going into earnings, with business disruptions and potential added costs hitting the bottom line. For now, at least, investors appear willing to overlook that. The focus for the week will be on Adobe, which is benefiting from its AI offerings and a strong suite of products. The risk here is that expectations appear to be growing that the strength the company is experiencing is going to translate into 2024 guidance above current estimates. But the company has a history of being conservative with its initial fiscal year guidance, which means some might be disappointed even if results are strong. Shares of Costco have rallied above the $600 level ahead of earnings on Thursday, despite weak results from its peer Walmart. The reason, much like Casey's, which reports on Monday, is expectations for market share gains and fuel margins. Shares of Lennar have also rallied ahead of earnings as strength among the home builders within the quarter is expected to carry over into the spring selling season. Darden reported reasonably solid results last quarter, and the stock has rallied after an initial decline with the overall market. The stock, however, has been trading in a range around the $150 area for 3 years now, even as overall earnings have been trending higher. Where earnings go from here, with margin pressures and GLP-1 secular risks offsetting current traffic trends, will determine the ultimate direction away from the $150 area. There aren't a lot of outsized moves expected this week based on the option pricing, and that includes Bluebird, which has averaged 16% moves in recent quarters, but as the stock settles around the $18 level, there seems to be a level of support with the anticipation of future sales of EV buses offsetting any near-term weakness.
Shh.